Well, welcome. Thank you all for coming this evening. If you all want to take your seats, we're going to get started here. Thank you for your patience as we waited a little bit longer to start. So my name is Bethany Latique, and I'm a professor of Human Development and Family Science here at Mason, and I conduct research in partnership with undocumented immigrant families from Central America. I also am the co-president of the Mason chapter of the American Association of University Professors, and have been a longtime member of the ACLU because I care about civil rights and I care about our academic freedom, and both of these things seem to be in jeopardy at the moment, really requiring us to remain vigilant, to stand up and to fight back when necessary. And several months ago, I approached the ACLU of Northern Virginia to join with me and the AAUP of GMU to put on this Know Your Rights Forum on immigration and protest rights. And I'm just so thrilled that they said yes. I was equally thrilled when the Mason Dreamers joined the team with their fabulous Jennifer Kriwak from the Office of Diversity, Inclusion, and Multicultural Education, we call them ODIME, so that they could offer this event during Dream Week here on campus. Our agenda tonight is pretty packed. We have an impressive group leading us. So I'm going to walk through the agenda and what to expect, and then we'll kick off our first session. So we're going to start with a Know Your Rights 101 presentation led by Ed Rosenthal. Ed has worked to promote civil liberties in his law practice and as an activist for more than 4 decades. He received a BA from Amherst College in 1973 and his JD from Georgetown University 3 years later. He has been advocating for civil and criminal justice on behalf of vulnerable groups and individuals ever since. A longtime member of the ACLU, he is currently a director of the ACLU of Virginia and of its Northern Virginia chapter. He also serves as the chair of the ACLU's statewide legal panel. Assisting us tonight with PowerPoint and video production is Jeremy Monat, who has been an ACL member since 2004. He co-organized a 2016 Know Your Rights event on police interactions held in Alexandria. That's how I found out what they were up to and how I made the connection. And his civil liberties interests include digital privacy and racial justice. Now, after our Know Your Rights 101, we're going to invite Charlie Schmidt to the panel to present on the ACLU's mobile justice app. Charlie is the public policy associate of the ACLU of Virginia. He has 20 years of experience lobbying, advocating, and organizing in Virginia. He has worked on campaigns addressing prosecutorial misconduct, citizen control of police review boards, hiring practices for people with criminal records, as well as education, immigration, and environmental justice issues. And then at about 8 p.m., we're going to take a break for about 15 minutes. Maybe there'll be some more cookies and brownies out there for you to enjoy, or a cup of coffee if you're falling asleep. And then I am just so pleased to introduce you to our panel of immigration experts. Donna Chavez Calvi is a recent graduate from George Mason University, and she is the external president of Mason Dreamers, a Bolivia native who came to the United States at the age of 8. She is currently under deferred action for childhood arrivals, or what many of us know to be called as DACA. This year, her temporary status has allowed her to attain a work permit and work for Manassas City Public Schools with first-generation and minority students. She has received an offer to join Teach for America beginning in the fall of 2017 in the Rio Grande Valley, Texas. What a nice opportunity for you, Donna. Congratulations on that. Our other 2 panelists are Serene Shabaya and Nick Maritz. Serene is a civil rights and immigration attorney in Washington, D.C., and chairs the board of the Dulles Justice Coalition, formed in response to the recent travel bans targeting individuals from Muslim-majority countries. She was previously program director for the Virginia Justice Program at the Capital Area Immigrants' Rights Coalition, also known as CARE. And before that, she directed the ACLU of Maryland's Immigrant Rights Program, where she developed litigation, legislation, and other advocacy strategies to uphold and protect the rights of immigrants in Maryland. She holds a JD from Yale Law School, a PhD from Columbia University, and a BA from the American University of Beirut. Nick Maritz is an immigrants' rights attorney with the Legal Aid Justice Center, a nonprofit organization that provides free legal help to vulnerable communities throughout Virginia. Nick comes to Legal Aid after serving as a litigation attorney with Farm Worker Justice in Washington, D.C., and now coordinates the LAJC's Unaccompanied Child Refugee Project. He holds a BA from the University of Pittsburgh and a law degree from the University of Washington. A dedicated advocate for Northern Virginia's immigrant workers and their families, his work with unaccompanied Central American minors was featured in theatlantic.com. So you can see we have a great lineup of folks to educate us about our rights tonight. Such exceptional and courageous guests. We are going to round up the evening with a discussion of protest rights. And throughout the evening, I invite you to ask questions, to participate. We've got volunteers in their Dreamer t-shirts. You raise your hands. They're here to help us, and they will walk around with some mics so that if you have questions, we can hand that mic to you and you can ask your question. And we're also videotaping this evening, so make sure you talk into that mic so that we can hear you on the video. Can we take a minute and just give our volunteers a round of applause for helping us lead you here tonight? Thank you so much, all. Now, besides the Mason Dreamers and the Mason chapter of AAUP and the ACLU of Northern Virginia, I'd also like to recognize ODIME and the Legal Aid Justice Center as co-sponsors of this event and thank them for all they do to protect and serve our most vulnerable communities. I'd also like to thank GMU TV and Event Services for their production assistance. We will have a video, as I mentioned, of this event, and we hope to share it with you so that you can share this information more broadly to your communities. I also want to personally recognize Anna Tabar, Donna Chavez Galvi, Jen Kriwak, Rachel Goodman, Dave Kubrick, Lynn Paraggio, Peter Noonan, and my family for the contributions they've made to this event and for their stalwart support of me. And one final note, and perhaps the most important note from me. It is critical to us that you understand that each of us occupies different positions in our society, some with more power and privilege and others with less. Some of us are more vulnerable. Certainly those without papers or legal authorization to be in the U.S. are vulnerable to deportation and family separation. So asserting your rights and engaging in protests may hold different consequences for you. It is vital that you know your rights, and it is vital that we build an alliance as we work to uphold our civil liberties together. We will try our best to discuss the nuances of your rights and how to be a good ally to others throughout this evening. We hope this forum is valuable to you, and we hope that you leave here better informed than when you arrived. So thank you so much for joining with us tonight. And I got through my really long talk, so my job is done.